Detective Rachel Monroe stood at the scene of yet another disappearance, her mind racing with possible leads and suspects. She had seen her fair share of missing persons cases, but this one was different. All of the victims were young women with no apparent connections to each other, and there was no sign of struggle or forced entry at any of the crime scenes. Rachel had been working on the case for weeks, poring over surveillance footage and interviewing witnesses, but so far she had come up empty-handed. She was beginning to feel like she was chasing a ghost. That was until she got a tip from an anonymous source. The source told her to look into a man named Jonathan Gray, a wealthy businessman with a shady past. Rachel had heard of Gray before. He was known for his extravagant parties and lavish lifestyle, but no one had ever been able to pin anything on him. Rachel knew she had to act fast if she was going to catch him, so she gathered her team and set up a stakeout outside of Gray's mansion. They watched as people came and went, but there was no sign of Gray. Rachel was about to call it a night when she saw him pull up in his car. Rachel and her team sprang into action, following Gray as he entered his mansion. They waited for hours, listening for any signs of activity, but all they heard was silence. That was when they decided to search the house. They found nothing at first, but then Rachel noticed a strange smell coming from one of the closets. She opened the door to find a secret room hidden behind a false wall. Inside, they found evidence of Gray's crimes, photos and journals documenting his twisted fantasies and his meticulous planning. Rachel knew that they had caught their man, but she couldn't shake the feeling that there were still more victims out there, waiting to be found. She vowed to keep searching until she found them all and brought their captor to justice. Months later, Rachel sat in the courtroom, watching as Jonathan Gray was sentenced to life in prison. She felt a sense of closure and relief, but also a deep sadness for the lives that had been forever altered by his actions. She knew that this case would stay with her for a long time, but she also knew that she had done her job and that justice had been served.